What's going on, everybody? Devil's Advocate here. Today's video is a little bit different. So I've been seeing a lot of stuff on social media platforms, a lot of negative stuff, just in general. Just a lot of anger, a lot of hate, and a lot of discontent towards other people, towards each other. A lot of people, some of these people, I'm pretty sure thought they were friends, and some of these people are considered family. And I'm watching this stuff, right? Every day I'm watching it. And it is shocking. Like I fail to understand how a difference of opinion is resulting in people literally dissolving their relationships. That is not how relationships are supposed to work. If anything, it is healthy to surround yourself with people who have a difference of opinion, because that helps you expand your mind. It helps you think of things from a different perspective. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to adopt somebody else's ideology or somebody else's way of doing or thinking about stuff, but it could plant some seeds. So like, okay, well, I never thought about it like that. Maybe I could sympathize with a situation a little bit better, or maybe I can look at a situation from a different set of lenses. That's healthy thinking. When all you want to hear and all you want to entertain is everything that falls in line with what you already think you know and believe, you are literally I call it degressing. You're moving backwards. You're not increasing your wisdom. You're not increasing intelligence. You're narrowing your focus on the world and how you see things. But either way, that's not what this video is about. This video is about something I used to talk about a lot years ago. It was balance. Now, so when I say that, I'm going to give a little bit of a backstory. So in my job, in my profession, we have to do something called midterm counselings. And in these midterm counselings, on there, you're supposed to state 3 short-term goals, 3 long-term goals, and when you plan to meet those goals. This is all kind of tentative, right? But in general, it was 3 short-term goals, 3 long-term goals. And every single time, one of my short-term goals was balance. One of my long-term goals was balance. It was always on there twice. And when I would turn in my midterm counseling, and my supervisors, my superiors, the people I answer to, or whoever, the people who are supposed to be giving me career advice on what I'm supposed to be doing myself, they would always say, "Why do you have balance on here twice? And what do you even mean by that?" I said, the reason balance is on there twice is because balance is something that we are always working on. Balance is something that we're always hoping to get better at. It's something that you never achieve. All you can do is get better. It's always something that you're working on in the present, and it should be something that you're working towards in the future. You're trying to get better at it now, and you hope that in the future it's a little bit better and a little bit more balanced than where you are currently. So it's a short-term goal and it's a long-term goal, because you never perfect it. And it's always something that you're working towards. You're like, okay. So that's why it's on there twice. And it's, to me, over professional, personal goals, that is always the most important, because there's different types of balance. You have work balance. You have mental balance. You have personal balance. You have spiritual balance. Those are kind of like the 4 prongs, right? You know, your work balance, right? You know, things that you're trying to do to progress yourself in your career, all right? Work, because you have your goals and your aspirations and your things you're trying to achieve. So, you know, that's a type of balance. And then you have your personal balance, right? Personal balance could be family life, how you're balancing your family life, your kids, your spouse, your animals, your hobbies, stuff like that. And then you have your physical, I call you your physical balance, right? Physical balance. Physical balance is, your physical health and wellness. And then you have your spiritual balance. Now I'll get to that in a second. And there's a fifth one. There's a fifth one that I want to bring up because it's something that a lot of people don't even really acknowledge. It is the me factor. Now, if you are a giving person, specifically if you're a family-oriented person, a lot of people with families can probably identify with what I'm about to say. You got a spouse, you got kids, you got people you have to worry about other than yourself. The me factor gets lost. And I'm not talking about what you're doing for work. I'm not talking about what you do for your family. Because a lot of those things, it's like, you're servicing something else. But there is a balance for you, like internally. What about me? What do I want that doesn't have any links or ties to anything else than what I want for myself? And that is it. That's a hard question for a lot of people to answer, because technically, usually speaking, when you say what you want, there's usually some kind of contingency tied to it somewhere. Like it's linked to something like, I want this because it's good for my wife and kids, or I want this because it's going to help me get this much money or something, whatever, or it's going to help me get this promotion. And I think that takes some time, but that's kind of down the road. But then the reason I'm bringing up this video, and I'm saying this now, is because I shot a video about this a while back, but it was in a very bizarre location and it didn't come out very well. So I'm just reshooting it again. Balance is so important. And the reason it's something that you're always working towards is because at different points of your life, you will find yourself focusing on a different prong of balance. At some point in your life, you might be work. At some point in your life, you might be like a family. At some point in your life, it's like, I'm sick of everything. It's about me. Or all the three, and then your whole physical health has gone into the shitter. Or you focus on everything else, but you don't have, your spiritual alignment is off. It's off. Now, so when I say spiritual, it doesn't necessarily have to be religion. It's just something that you kind of like, it's just something that is a grounding factor, that is an acknowledgement that it is not all, it's not this world that's centered around you. It's just this ideology, this mindset where, it's an internal, like mental, balance and harmony. And it could be God, it could be anything, right? It could be it's a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Only you know what that is. But you don't want to lose track of that. You can't lose that. And I don't want to make this video too long, because I could talk about this topic for a very, very long time. And you don't want to find yourself in one spot for too long. And that is where people get lost. That's how people become workaholics. Work, families doing whatever. They got all kinds of problems with their marriage. They don't know their kids, blah, 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 blah. And then that's because they focused on one prong here too much. Or some people are the exact opposite. I just want to do what I got to do. I'm just going to get home. I just want to get home and be with my kids. Okay, that's great. You're a family man, but you still have to have some type of profession. You have to have some type of, career or something, right? Something that you're working towards. some type of service, some type of, something that you do to provide a service, whether it could even be volunteer, but purpose outside the household. But yeah, so a lot of times the people will find themselves focusing too much on any one thing, and then they get pigeonholed. They pigeonhole themselves there while everything around them in their life is dissolving away. And then their life changes and it takes a downward spiral, and they don't even know exactly how they got there. It's because the balance was off. You have to maintain your balance. So always find your balance. And this is something, and there's different ways of doing it. Like for a while, I haven't done it in quite a while, but for a while, I would do a daily assessment. Sometimes it would turn into a weekly assessment. I'll sit there and like, okay, so how am I doing? What can I do better here? What can I do better here? What can I do better here? Because like I said, it's okay to say, I need to spend more time on my work. I need to spend more time on my family. I need to spend more time with my physical fitness. I need to spend more time on my mental health. It's okay, but you don't want to stay in any one spot for too long, because you want to try to balance that out. You need to try to spread that out, because overall and ultimately in this world, in our very existence, is based on what? Homeostasis and balance. No matter what the hell is going on, this world, this existence that we're in, will always find a way to balance itself out. So if you don't do it for yourself, it will be done for you. And I don't know how that sounds if you're listening to what I'm saying. But that's what'll happen. If you don't find a way to balance yourself, if you don't find a way to balance your life, life will balance everything for you, whether you like it or not. And most of the time, when you let the world balance you for you, it's not the way you're going to want it to be, and you're not going to be happy about it. So that's it. I just wanted to do a quick video on how important it is to try to maintain balance. And then doing my little round turn with my introduction on how I even got on this topic in the first place today was the mental part. Don't spend too much time in the negative space. Let it go. I hang out there a lot myself, but that's because I know I've learned over years to emotionally disconnect myself from a lot of the things that I talk about. You might see the expressions on my face. You might see me get involved in it, and I do. But I'm not harboring negative energy with the things I talk about. But I know that's not the case with a lot of the stuff I see. Like I can see it in the words that people type. There is hate. There is discontent. There is true anger. You got to let it go. That negative energy will manifest itself in other ways. Until next time, take care of yourself.